Staging isn't about making a house look like nobody lives there. It's actually about helping buyers see themselves living in the home. Let's talk a little bit about some tips for staging your home and getting it ready. In today's market, it's really important that homes look good online as well as in person. So the staging tips that I'm going to talk about apply to both. It's getting your home ready for photos and then keeping it ready for showings once they occur. So the first thing is to start with curb appeal. The first picture in the MLS is either a pool, waterfront, or it's got to be the front of the home. And the front of the home has to at least be the second picture in the MLS. So the front of the home still is very, very important from a staging standpoint. So things like fresh mulch, fresh flowers, pops of color, make sure the lawn is mowed, hopefully fertilized so it looks as green as it can. We haven't had a ton of rain, so sometimes that could be a challenge here in Florida. And in the winter, that's really tough because most of our grass goes dormant. And so, but doing the best you can with the outside curb appeal is really important. The second thing you want to do is you want to make rooms feel larger. So this is really about kind of decluttering, taking out extra furniture if you can. The rooms that you want to focus on are going to be your kitchen, your living room, and your primary bedroom. So, excuse me, if you're going to declutter or move furniture around, trying to make those spaces look as big as possible, removing as much off the countertops as you can, so a new buyer can see all the counter space that you have without the toaster oven and the blender and the coffee maker, so on and so forth. Use mirrors strategically. Mirrors can help make a place look bigger. Remember, one of our goals in staging is to make the home look bigger if we can. Declutter, but don't remove all personality. So again, it's important for a buyer to see themselves in the home, but decluttering so that, again, it doesn't look like a mishmash of stuff. Stage things in themes. Also, I would remove personal photographs, like of the family, your kids, things like that, because remember, those photos, they're going to be on the internet, so they're going to be out there for all to see. So some of the things that make your home completely yours, it is worth decluttering and removing those, but that doesn't mean taking all pictures down or paintings off the wall, or all decor out of the home. We still want there to be personality to the home, not so much a blank slate. A lot of buyers have a hard time envisioning a home when it's a blank slate. Give the kitchen an upscale feel. So maybe you get some nice rugs, maybe you get some nice new towels that can coordinate with the colors in your kitchen. Again, clearing off those countertops. Anything you can do, maybe you change the cabinet hardware. Maybe you change the faucet. So those are some things that you can do relatively inexpensively to help stage your home and make it look nicer. Add greenery. So adding some plants. Don't even have to be real. They can be fake plants because you can't tell that in a photo. But adding little pops of greenery throughout the home gives it kind of a homey feel, makes it feel like a place of comfort, and that's really what you're trying to go for with a buyer. Neutralize bold paint colors. So it's fine if your daughter wanted a purple bedroom, and that is fine until it's time to sell. Then it's probably time to turn that purple into a beige or a gray or something more neutral. Bold colors can work for you sometimes with the right buyer, but more often than not they work against you because it's just one more thing that buyers look at and say, well, we would have to change that, and maybe they have a hard time seeing themselves in a house that's got a purple bedroom in it. Create a lifestyle with art and accessories. Again, this kind of goes with the theming that I talked about. So if one of your bedrooms or bathrooms is kind of a lighthouse theme or a beachy theme, make sure that the decor all matches so that it all coordinates. And that's going to give, again, the buyer a sense of belonging, a sense of comfort in the home. If it's all a mismatch, then that can create some confusion in the buyer in terms of what's this home really about. Fresh and dated kitchen cabinets. This goes back to kitchen hardware, maybe paint, and it depends on if they're worn. If you have those old wood cabinets, wood look cabinets, white and gray, even blue I've seen come back. Those are all colors that you can help modernize your kitchen, maybe add a backsplash. That can help modernize a kitchen as well. Make bathrooms feel like a retreat, especially the owner's bathroom, making that really feel like a resort spa kind of thing. So fresh, nice towels, again, maybe in neutral colors. Make sure it's clean, make sure your cabinets and countertops are decluttered again. Maybe a nice sprig of flowers or a candle. Just some small touches to add some style to the bathroom can really be helpful. Keep children's rooms broadly appealing. So it's great that your son wanted a Superman bedroom, but that is, again, not going to appeal to everybody. So maybe you paint it a more neutral color or theme it down a little bit while you're trying to sell as much as you can. Obviously, you still live there and the kid still lives there. And so there's a balance there to strike, but maybe tone down the theme a little bit. Address worn flooring if you can. And let's say you've got tile, clean the grout. That can really make a big difference. If you have a worn carpet, it may be time to go ahead and replace the carpet. That's a relatively inexpensive fix that can really help freshen up the room for a potential buyer. Stage the front entrance, make it look warm and welcoming. You want buyers to walk into the house from that front door and kind of have a wow effect. And so doing some decor in the front entryway, both exterior and interior, once they open the door, can really be helpful for that. Remove any signs and smells of pets. So, you know, I know I have 2 dogs, so we have dog toys everywhere. We have baskets of toys throughout the house. Unfortunately, the dogs have not learned to put their toys away. Actually, they're not much better than my daughter from that perspective. But for photos and for showings, pick up the toys, put them out in the garage or in a closet somewhere, hide them away. Make sure that the house doesn't smell. Get some deodorizers. If it is really bad, an ozone treatment can be helpful to remove pet odors as well. But you want to remove all signs of pets if you can. And then finally, if you can't afford real staging, you can look into virtual staging. And this is where you use computer software to put furniture in a different place or change up the furniture and things like that. You have to note that on the MLS if you are going to do that. But that can be a helpful tool to use as well for getting it staged for photos. Obviously, the virtually staged isn't going to help you for an in-person showing, but really your first goal is you got to get people in the door first, and you do that via your online presentation. Overall, your goals in staging are to declutter, neutralize, brighten, define each space, and create an emotional connection in the buyer. Remember, you are not staging the home for you as a seller, you are staging it for a potential buyer. The more that your home can appeal to more buyers, the more likely you are to go under contract sooner rather than later. You don't necessarily need to spend thousands of dollars staging your home. Start with the things buyers notice first. Clean it, declutter it, brighten it, make every room's purpose obvious, and give buyers enough space to picture themselves living there. If you've enjoyed this video, I want you to next watch a seller-focused video on how to price your home on my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Chris LaChavo with RE/MAX Heritage Professionals. Remember, you can't miss with Chris. Have a great day, everybody.